These people have sold out too many times. You only get to sell out once.
Pretty sure this woke shit applies to all of us now.
All bullshit is man-made. There's no natural bullshit.
We're spending all this time on trying to make money off stupid shit, off Pokemon cards, off Salt Rock. Nobody's spending the time to create anything new that's worth experiencing.
Well, what can we do about it? I'm like, I don't know. We did it.
All right, Scoliosis is the big one or the small? That's mad.
Okay, scoliosis is the big one. And scoliosis is the small one. Though that could be offensive. I don't know what scoliosis is, Mike. So this could all be so offensive. Like, I don't know. Like, but you know, like mitosis and meiosis. Like, that's the joke.
Can he be Scolio? Because that just seems more fun to say.
Scolio. All right, so you're the little short one. Your name's Scolio. Okay.
Sure.
And what's the big one's name? Scolaco. But see, here you have to say one now. I have two names.
Scolio and Skulk. Yeah.
Is this like a bulk Skulk? All right.
Yeah.
He's like sad. All right, he can be kind of sad. He's sulking. Is he sulking?
Skulk. Yeah.
Oh, he's skulking. So he's like, is he skulking?
I think he's a brooding, mad. Like he's mad that he's a skeleton and that this is his friend. You know.
Okay. I mean, I'm buff as fuck for a skeleton. I just want that known. Like, I'm the buffest fucking skeleton in the skeleton army. I don't know, like, why you're like, oh, are you bummed? Like, everyone else should be more bummed they're a fucking skeleton than I am. You little what's your... Sorry. Are we already recording? Are the bosses watching this?
Skulk, how many times do I have to tell you? We need to find out what's in that J.J. Abrams mystery box. I must know if it has infinite power or nothing at all, or a twist that never gets revealed due to some circumstance.
All right, well, I'll just go ahead and we'll just fly right up on next to him, and I'll just grab the box there, boss.
Skulk, you idiot, there's no way that we could just go up next to them without being noticed. You fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Oh, well, you know, sorry, boss. That's why I said we should just maintain this safe distance we had all last episode. I mean, week.
I need better from you, Skulk. You know, when I said give me the best assistant from the Skull Academy, it wasn't the biggest guy with the least amount of brains.
Well, you know, did you go to that seminar last week? Because I feel like we've talked about the way you insult me sometimes. And these muscles aren't always for fighting. And I wish that you could see that I'm also, these muscles are also here for building things. Like this wall of podcast thumbnails that I built. You haven't even said anything nice about the nice wall of thumbnails that I built in the ship for us, so that we could, when we can't see the captain and Mr. Green, we can look behind us and see them all still. So we always have our eyes on them, like we told the Dark Orbit we do. I'm doing it for you, boss.
Skulk. Next time you have a thought, just don't, okay? I don't want to hear any more complaints. All I want from you is to go down into the hangar bay and load up the recycled missile launcher that shoots decapitated heads, but mostly skulls, at their what seems to be a F-250 in space. I don't know. Either way, load up the cannon.
Boss,
go down there.
This is clearly, excuse me, boss. This is clearly the Chevy Colorado. It is a much better vehicle than the Ford F-150. Honestly, I think, boss, your whole plan I love the idea of skulls. I love the idea of severed heads. I love the idea of shooting skulls and severed heads at guys in Ford F-150s, honestly. But that's not what we're doing. Boss, we're shooting at a guy and I don't know. These heads don't seem like they have the velocity that catch up to a Chevy Colorado, even a regular Chevy Colorado, much less one with rocket boosters. I mean, geez, the regular Chevy Colorado has such good pricing already that, they're basically stealing from us by driving off the lot there, boss.
Skulk, do you drive a Chevy Colorado?
In order for me to keep it, we got to bring it up on the show every now and then. But it's a good vehicle. It's a vehicle. I don't drive it.
Okay.
The ex-wife takes it, but for the kids. So I'm involved in the truck. Because the wife.
Oh yeah, that's big. Get the fuck down there and load up the goddamn gun.
With the heads.
Now, Skulk. Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Economy of Nothing. If you made it this far, you're a super fan, because you've just listened to 45 minutes of rambling. Anyways, on this week's episode, we're going to talk about Michael Saylor and his love for Bitcoin and how it might kill him. Instagram.
Excuse me, let's get serious and talk about Bitcoin. The least fucking serious. Like, sorry, you didn't trick me into thinking it was serious, you fucking idiots.
And Instagram, sorry. How it's so crazy. Also, did you know that there's going to be another alternative Super Bowl halftime show? Weird stuff in 2026, but it's not 2026 because it's the economy of nothing.
We're in the distant future. Also, obviously, Greeny, not to pull the curtain back, but we obviously played the logo after the skit with those guys. Are they still trying to come over here? Is that? We'll deal with it next week. We'll deal with them next week. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't know what they're doing back there. Fuck them. We'll deal with them next week.
Yeah.
Right. That was longer than 30 seconds. I can say fuck them, and YouTube will still send this.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Michael Saylor Bitcoin. Mike, as a man who used to work for the Saylor Foundation, aka Michael Saylor's pretend charity to make himself look good, my Captain here worked there for a long time, doing a lot of work, and a lot of that work was for Michael Saylor's grift on BTC. Looks like some of those chickens are come home to roost. I'm sure I'd piss off a lot of people in the Bitcoin community, but you know what? Who cares?
I mean,
who cares?
It's one of those things where it's like it's so funny, right? Because it's just chickens coming home to roost. But I think as I told you earlier today when we weren't on the podcast, it's like, yeah, the problem is that so many people are going to be invested in the stuff that don't know they are, right? I was looking at Robinhood stocks way down. I'm like, oh yeah, that's because Robinhood was a lie, everyone. It's like a crypto exchange. It's not it's not a stock app, right? Robinhood really took off at the same time that all this crypto trading and stuff did, right? I think it's all kind of and you look at the way it all goes up and the rise of AI at the same time, kind of in all of this goes back to me to late 2024, right? When that was in October when a lot of this AI stuff was coming up, and I was I don't think this stuff is real. And that's when stuff has just gone crazy for the last year and a half or something, and now it's just gone. And now they're just headlines. It's oh well, actually, I guess the Bitcoin and crypto doesn't exceed the 5-year average of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it never did. It wasn't even around for 5 years. What the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know, man. I know that I don't know anyone who ever made it rich off crypto. I don't think I ever will, because I think the only people that do are scammers.
They made it richer or whatever, right?
And you could argue
what happened to NFTs,
BTC is just the biggest scam. It's if you don't believe me, Michael Saylor's for my birthday, if you want to get me a birthday present, just buy yourself Bitcoin for yourself, not for me, not for my 700 and something K holdings.
Doesn't it just feel like that they it feels so like defensive. Like I read something, I don't know if it's true, that like part of the reason that like gold is dropping is because a lot of these like crypto people were hoping that they could like sell off some of their like hard assets and like buy some Bitcoin, like because now it's past the watershed. It already happened like a couple weeks ago or something. That was like, oh, it's too expensive to mine Bitcoin now. It's officially way more expensive to mine a Bitcoin than a Bitcoin's worth, right? Which of course, why
Well, I
would
didn't hear
anyone
that.
then do it?
I didn't hear
Yeah,
that story. That's great.
that's been going for a while. Like I think now it costs something like $800,000 to mine a Bitcoin, which
Are
of
you
course
serious?
the news site, yeah. And so like of course that's not sustainable. So then like, well, there's only what's left now, right? Which is like, no, you know what I mean? It's
And
so
they said
silly.
the
It's
last one wouldn't be mine till like 2050 something because like apparently does the mathematical equation get harder over time?
dude, dude. I when I was looking up some of this stuff today, Google's like auto respond had like one of its like second questions like was like when is like Bitcoin gonna hit like $1 million of Bitcoin, right? And it's like, well, there's some skepticism, but like gave a date, and I was like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, I guess so. I guess if like we're waiting for the heat death of the universe and nothing else will, like, yeah, I guess it'll all keep going up. But like again, man, there's always a bigger fish. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like the entire world isn't going to play your like crypto. You're not going to get 6 billion people to start using the term fiat currency. Do you know what I mean? Like you guys are being idiots. Like just like shut up. Like
I mean, dude, his whole pitch on it in general was just like I was really depressed. I watched an interview of Michael Saylor trying to describe Bitcoin like a couple months ago, and
yeah.
he
Well,
said
like like
I was really depressed. I didn't know what to do, and then I found Bitcoin, and I was like, huzzah! This is like Henry Ford creating the Ford, but except putting fire into the Ford engine. And I was like, so you realize that you
what?
could just grift a lot of people? Is that what you realized?
I mean,
You-
it 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 is crazy. Like it's so obvious as like it falls apart, right? But like it's this confirmation bias that's destroying America, right? This like, well, I mean, we have to concede that the guy with the most money has the most money. And I'm like, absolutely. And like, and therefore, and I'm like, nope, just exclusively that part of the conversation when I say, because obviously, and they're like, and therefore they worked hard. I'm like, excuse me, and therefore someone gave them money, considerably more likely, right? And like, it's just horseshit. This entire concept, right, of like hard work. It's like I don't know. People haven't thought about it for a second. No, the assistant works harder than the guy they assist. That's how it works. We were like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
No, I know. I know.
like I don't
Everybody's
know.
like,
It's just
I earned it. Well, what it is ego and
and how could someone earn like like the amounts of money we're talking about are just like unearnable. And they're also just like the amounts of money that could like solve so many like everyday problems. It's like weird. There people are just like like pissing around amounts of money that could fix Michigan's water problem. I assume. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, isn't the water still made of lead and on fire in Flint, Michigan? Do you know what I mean? But like, no, like it's an imperative that we like bail out like cryptocurrencies.
what's crazy to me is that like there'll be gazillionaires or whatever, and they'll have like all the money in the world, and then they're like the most they like treat money like it's not money. They'll be like, "Oh, debt, oh, dude, this is just paper, dog." But like, you won't spend it. You'll never liquidate it. You'll never put it on paper. You'll never buy anything for the good. You'll never. It's like you'll treat it like it's nothing, and you really don't need that much of it. I was just like, I always hear them go like, if I just knew where I could donate the money, you don't even gotta donate it. Build something that's just selfless, that doesn't
Yeah,
have to make money. Show that you could be good in some form or fashion that doesn't benefit you. Because I mean, if it doesn't mean anything to you, why do you care so much about like its value?
I know. Well, it's the, the existential crisis of our day, right? Is just like
But yeah,
Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos just keep amassing more and more money, and it just doesn't mean anything to them or to like it means suffering to people around the world, but it doesn't like mean anything to them. Like, what else does Jeff Bezos need? Nothing, right? Like he can't like. Like we're in this like thing of like it's so meaningless, right? It's meaningless to him. It's meaningless to us. It's meaningless to everyone. But it would like, but its meaning is what allows everything to like, do you know what I mean? Like, we can't say Jeff Bezos' money doesn't count. Like, because then no one's money counts. So we have to say Jeff Bezos' money counts, or no one has anything. But it would be so much better if no one had anything than if Jeff Bezos has such a large percentage of it. Like, does everyone have such little confidence in themselves that they couldn't do better than they got it right now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
maybe I don't know. They've got a lot of people tricked. I think in general, right?
But you talk about flipping the board, right? And I'm yeah, equal, as good, if not better. What do you mean? Like, yeah, let's go back to feudalism. Like, let's sword fight for stuff. I bet I'm a better sword fighter than I am at getting picked by AI to do emails or whatever. Like, do you know?
Yeah, no, I could definitely like guard a castle better than most people. I think. I don't know.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's just like I think in the Middle Ages you would be employed right now, honestly. Pretty well so. You'd also be like considered an elder at this age.
and we wouldn't have any time to think about it, which is like important, right? We'd have
Yeah.
absolutely no fucking time to think about
I
it.
bet you
Like,
taking a bath back then was like such a luxury. Like just being able to like
I
I could have a warm bath. I haven't had one of those in like 2
we've
years.
talked about it before. People are so fucking spoiled. Every single you can take a shower whenever you want.
you
Do you know
can
what I mean?
you can
Like,
take a deuce and have toilet paper pretty much in every bathroom.
like there's places in the
That
world
was not a thing.
that don't have that. Like,
Yeah.
America didn't have that. So like we live in like such cushy times, and people won't say anything. You don't even have to do anything. It's like such pussy
I think
times. If
you know what it
everyone
is?
just said it, like,
You know what it is? I think people don't say that. Well, one, because it's way easier to not think about it. And two is, but if you do think about it, I think people don't say it out of the fear of losing it. Because it's like, hey,
yeah,
if I acknowledge this thing, I think deep down, we all know that there is some sort of elite class and they kind of make the rules because, like, they hang out in the same bars and stuff, same country clubs. Their interests are aligned.
yeah,
Um, and then they coincidentally also, pay. They have industries that lobby for companies and shit like that. My point is just like, yeah, somebody's calling the shots. A group of people are always calling the shots. I think we just kind of know that subconsciously, and then I think we also like don't bring up the things that we take for granted often in fear of losing. Is what I
yeah,
think.
man. Like it is, but like, it's like that. But like you've hit the nail on the head. We talk about it all the time with like, social media and stuff, and just the idea of like you're comparing yourself to fake things, right? You're
Yeah,
like, oh, they got to go on this vacation. I'm like, vacations didn't exist 100 years ago. There was no such
yeah.
fucking
There was no
thing.
vacation.
And
No,
instead of caring about like present day workers' rights, you're like, why can't I go on a vacation like a Kardashian? And I'm like, why don't you want the Kardashians' heads on spikes? Like, do you know what I mean? Like I was listening to something the other day, I guess with the Epstein files coming
please
out. They're
animate
like, well,
that.
and they're like King Charles is he's worried his brother. I'm like, King Charles should be worried they don't cut his head off. Like, if I was in Britain, I'd be like, can we get the fucking
Off with his
guillotine for these
head.
motherfuckers, right? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
like, they can't say that in England because they'll pretend like they're free, but you can't say shit about the king, right? They just can't do
That's
it
true. Do they just murder people if you
because they're
do?
not like, you know what I mean? And like that's what they want here. Donald Trump wants you to not be able to say anything mean about him, right?
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
Don't give him that. He sucks.
Don't give him that. I think generally, like I don't think you should give that to anyone. I think you should be able to say anything mean to anybody if you're feeling like it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that you should.
Here's what I know: people would much rather have their politics behind closed doors. Well, like, the corruption's going to happen no matter what. I mean, I would love
Yeah,
a perfect world where they clean it up, but I think Americans in
Mike.
general would
There is
all
no
agree
day, Mike. We have to clean it up.
we have to clean it
Greedy.
up. But I do think politics can go back to, I like my corruption behind closed doors, ideally around maybe a circular table in a conference room or something. But point is, I don't need it displayed to me every day. It's too much for me every
It's
day. I
the
don't want to care.
it's the fucking gall of it all, right? And like, you know, you don't want to get, you hate getting into any of it, but it's like I don't know, like, but it does, like, yeah, like if you're not willing to even say anything, then yeah, the government can do whatever the fuck they want, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not even going to say anything. Yeah, I'm pretty. Don't worry, they'll keep goose stepping. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
why wouldn't they?
They're like,
Like,
we didn't think this many people were actually going to tune in.
right? And like,
Yeah.
and so like what they try and do is to like divide your attention, right? They want they 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 have this problem where they need you constantly engaged but also disengaged, right? They That's why they want you
They
watching
think
like
they think
that's
they
why they
can
want you
control your mind, but don't give them that. I think if we
they
all
want
just
you staring for an hour at 5-second clips instead
that's
of
what they
like
want.
watching
Yeah.
something for an hour because your brain can't do it. Your brain cannot form thoughts on social media. It can't be done, right? It can form broken thoughts as it rams a stupid idea into your head over and over again as you slam through it, right?
Subconscious training.
The human brain cannot process like this shit healthfully
I never actually
or
thought
whatever,
about it
right?
like that, but like you see every CIA film, like when they're trying to brainwash someone, it would always be a
Yeah,
dude
man.
strapped to his chair with his like
People are
eyelids open.
clockwork oranging
Dude,
themselves in
they don't
real
even
life.
realize it.
Like,
Holy
I know.
shit. I never thought about that.
I know.
My God. And I know the pull is strong. Like I'm cognizant enough to know when it's happening because it's just like you'll be like, no, I'm feeling irrational levels of fear because it's trying to induce that in me subconsciously. And
Dude, I think
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like it's legit. It gets you though. It tries to. Like I'm like, nope, not gonna look at it. Because
I it,
what they'll
it
do is they'll
is
put like they'll put you on stuff that like put news on, and then whenever they don't want you to watch the news, it becomes the tabloids when they don't have anything to talk about. Or when it's something big, it'll go to conspiracies. At least that's what my algo does. And I'm like, I just don't. I don't even want to look at it because it's all. I mean, honestly, I never go on there looking for anything. It's mostly just like, well, how do I take my little bit
it is
amount of time
100%.
and bullshit?
It
And I
is
just don't like
100%
it.
just a gut reaction, man. I know you got to download this little Pokemon emulator. Just play 30 seconds of Pokemon every time you open your phone.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
uh, yeah, man. No, it is like no, like we were saying, man. It's like you. It's I do feel like it's something that we have been saying for a while, or maybe at least I have. It's just like we're doing it to ourselves here, man. We're just signing up for it. We're signing up for the surveillance. We're signing up to have our brains fucked with, like because it's easier than what sitting alone with your own thoughts. Like I don't know,
That, and I was
right?
gonna say, it's that's an easier answer for them to continue the Ponzi of the stock market than to actually solve anything.
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean,
Like
they're just be like the operating margins on the human brain from Neuralink are just too out of this world. I mean, it's going to happen.
I mean,
Here's the
you know,
problem.
like,
Here's the problem is that what they
you don't
do
know the problem
slowly
is you're
over time.
describing the fucking Matrix. You are describing the Matrix. Everyone's brains plugged into machines, empowering this system. This system being like these AI data centers, right? Like,
Holy shit. Why do you persist, Mr. Anderson? Why do you do it?
it is like all fake commerce, though, right? Like,
Everything's
Mike,
fake commerce.
I'm not
Unless it's
buying
like
anything.
tangible. Yeah.
I'm not buying anything based on ads fucking ever. And I don't think anyone else is. I think that like it's all just linked. They're just bullshitting the numbers. They're just telling everyone like they just know what you. I think they're lying to everyone. I'm willing to bet that the reason that we always see like a bunch of commercials on like a bunch of ads online for like stuff you just bought is because what they do is they only have the information once you've bought it, and they push all those ads to you within like 24 hours. And they say,
To
"Hey,
make sure you
you know,
see it.
we say, hey, we pushed ads to these people in this 24-hour period, and they bought a couch." Right? Does it matter? Like, who's investigating those numbers deep enough to realize that they're pushing the ads afterwards? Right? No one.
No one.
No one's even fucking looked into it, probably. Right? Like.
No, because they would have the info to all that information.
Yeah, but like again, they can't actually hack your brain. They don't actually know you want a couch
But that
until
would
you Google that you want a couch.
But that also explains why they'd be listening to us.
Yeah, I know.
All
Well,
for the sake to buy. God, please play the Tyler Durden quote right now from Fight Club. Where
We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives.
I just want food. It doesn't have a shitload of chemicals in it, man. I'm not asking for much.
no, well, you can't get that either. You know, they'll give you the chemicals. Like,
Well, I mean, dude, like if you're gonna distract me with like good products again, get away from the software as a service, get away from the fucking digital economy. Make some fucking tangible, let me hold it with their hands products that I don't know, could be fun. It honestly does not I don't even think you'd have to try that hard. Cuz I don't feel like anyone's trying.
yeah, man. I was thinking the other day, like I bought my nephew for his birthday. I bought him like some action figures. And I was like, I don't really see like you see like collectibles and stuff. You don't see kids. Kids aren't like playing with that. It's all
The
online.
same shit. And they all got like you either got GI Joe style or you got like whatever company's making it style or you got like Funko Pops. There's like 3 designs now for I remember growing up with action figures in the 90s and it would just be like you get some random fucking brand and it'd be like this one was cool cuz somebody figured out a way to do something with the Fantastic Four, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
and
very it's all I mean just like movies and TV and food, like it's all homogenized, right? So it's like this is the Master Action Series Marvel and the Master Action Series DC and and it's like, oh, you guys aren't individually licensing this, like, which I always thought was fun. I always thought it was fun that like my Star Wars guys were just different sizes than like my other guys, and I'd be like, well, I guess it's a different galaxy. Maybe everyone's shorter. I don't know. Like, you know.
so I had this thought the other day. It's going to sound random, but it
Well,
makes
this
a lot
isn't
of
the place
sense.
for that.
But basically, we talk about how the biggest mistake the U.S. made was giving companies the right to be people, right?
Well, I think it was slavery, but okay.
Yeah, no, from a capitalism standpoint, because right,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
now
like
now
Citizens
the
United and
companies
shit.
hold
Yeah,
because now the companies serve the people, but also worth more than the vote of one person because they service so many people, right? And they have lobbyists paying for their ways. The wokest thing that's ever happened is you gave fucking companies the ability to be a big group of people, and I just find that funny.
yeah. I mean, well, I think you know, with the AI, I always think it's very funny. Like
And
with
am I
like,
using woke right here? I think it kind of
no,
works
well, no.
in a
I
way
mean, I see
if
the no,
companies
no.
are people, right?
Yes, yes. Companies are people. Yes,
But
I
we
think
do,
like,
from a legal law sense, give companies
well,
more
yeah. I
rights than
mean,
we
no.
do the average
Yes,
person.
yes, yeah, yeah. A company has more rights than a woman, certainly, and
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think that
mean.
like,
and a man.
I think it's
multiple men.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's part and parcel with like I can't remember now. I just had it in my head as we were talking, but there's like a similar like joke to that thing. What did you just say?
I just said that I was like giving
Oh, it's
rights to
oh
companies is
yeah,
like the wokest thing you
AI
could ever
fucking
do.
pronouns, right? It's
Yeah,
like these people who will be like oh, how like these people will be like we're like I'm not gonna call this lady a man or man a lady bloody pronouns she blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, I love Siri, I talk to her all the time, and I'm like, you're such a fucking idiot. I can't help you. You know, like, I can't. You like that's it really like it's that same like kind of joke of oh, do you not understand that like we just want like some people to be treated like people, but like you'll allow like entities to have more rights than yourself, but like you're like I don't know.
We'll
Like
sell away. They're selling away their likeness to AI right now, and like doing jobs for AI so that AI can learn.
I done, dude. Almost all of the job offers I get are like, "Oh, would you like to like train this AI program?" And I'm like, honestly, you don't want me training your AI programs, because they'll kill you. I'm gonna be building in the.
Is that how we take them down? From the economy and nothing inside, we trigger Skynet, but from our side.
Well, I mean, that's how you do it, right? No, like I don't know. Let's say we had to do a hitman level on like all of the rich people, right? Like you attack their weakness, which is their ignorance to like the
Their
everyday
adrenochrome.
mundanity. Do you know what I mean? But like, right? Like it's just like oh, you just like what do you do? It's like I don't know. There's a moment throughout each of their days many times where they're just like, where's my stuff? And then you just like get them then, right? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, what's crazy is like I think they got like Bill Gates on an Ellen show admitting on video that he hasn't known the price of groceries for some time. And I think about that and I'm like, do you realize how fucking rich you have to be to not think about what the price of milk costs? Or
like
eggs
that
for that
Tyler
matter.
Perry clip.
No. What kind of mother would leave her kid in the closet?
Oh, we don't have family. We live in the real world.
And I don't?
Tell me how much the gallon of milk costs. You don't even know.
Now I'm just saying, man. Like, I mean, think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I know some rich motherfuckers, and they know the price of milk. You have to be an ungodly level of wealth to never be like you. You don't have to leave your house ever, or your island, or wherever. You literally would have something to do everything for you.
Yeah.
But like, you would also choose that, which makes me think you're not a good person. Honestly,
This is the yes, right? Like
yeah.
I don't know. I can't. Everyone just has to come to this conclusion on their own, right? Like time making more converts than reason. Thomas Paine, right? It's just like I don't know. Like just think of like you're going to at some point, like AI or something. One of these terrible things that doesn't do anything but cause misery is going to at some point impact everyone like negatively, and they're going to have a moment of reflection, and they're going to need to like just think about it and just sit there for a minute and go and be like and like look in the mirror like is the problem like, and I've honestly been thinking, is like the actual problem that everyone wants to go to Epstein's island? Is that the fucking problem?
It
Right?
seems like
And
if
like
you were an older white
and
Republican,
like
then yes.
and yeah,
Well,
and then like
also presidents that are on the blue side. Actually, I think
yeah,
there's a bunch of people on that fucking list. I don't know. I don't think
like
everybody's damned on there, but some are. Some
but
definitely are.
like
Right?
but here's the thing,
Yeah.
like I like we need to let everyone out of prison if being email buddies with Jeffrey Epstein isn't enough to get you investigated, right? Like I don't know, right? But
I think. Yeah.
moreover, not that I think everyone wants to like bang kids necessarily, but like I don't really
I
care
was
whether
really
you
trying
want
to
to.
avoid. I was really trying to avoid.
I don't really
this
care if
topic.
you want to, or if you're the kind of person that could like be there when it's happening and not do anything. Like you're all the same bucket of get fucked, in my opinion, right? But like,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I
everyone
think
has their Epstein Island, right? Everyone has like, if you had enough money, you would say fuck everyone else and do something that the majority of other people don't think you should do, and you're a prick for thinking that. And like the reason you shouldn't want to do that for yourself is because other people, then that lets other people get to do it, and other people might be worse than you, right? Like I don't know, or you're as bad as them. Either way, right? Like, and like,
I think that if you watch Altered Carbon on Netflix, it explains this exact situation. And you should. It's a great show. Unfortunately, it's in the distant future, much like our universe.
yes.
But
I mean, I don't really know what
yeah,
obviously I don't know what we've been talking about this
yeah.
whole
Let's
time
can we
because like
just
I
cut
don't.
that whole last bit because I
Like,
don't want to talk about
like
the Epstein
it's
thing.
through a time warp.
Yeah.
But no, that's all right. This Chevy Colorado was very easily able to handle flying through any sort of time warps, asteroid fields, or other cosmic phenomena. Wouldn't you say, Greenie?
Yeah. I just really need to know: is the burning while I urinate, is that like permanent?
I certainly wasn't caused by the wonderful
That
Chevy Colorado.
is that not part of a like a side effect of a time warp?
Oh, of the time. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Greenie. You're well, Greenie, we don't really know how all of your alien bits work. So, you know, maybe you'll never be able to be a father again, you know?
Oh, that's
Maybe you'll
good.
never have a doctor as a son.
At least I won't have to pay for that vasectomy.
It is good. How'd you say that? Vasectomy?
Is that wrong? Vasectomy? Sorry, vasectomy.
Vasectomy? I don't know. Hey,
Vasectomy.
you tell me. You're the one without the balls, Mike. You know, Greenie. Greenie, no balls, Greenie. Mike, what is this? Have we talked about anything this episode? I know we did 27 minutes of me
No.
just looking at my screen for a bit and be like, Mike, did you see any of this? Um, Let me look, but Greenie, why don't you know what you didn't do at all? You haven't pitched anyone to do any of the stuff. Though why would they, given this episode? You know what I mean? But like you should like pitch people like
Like,
something, you know?
subscribe, share, and review.
Like tell them what we
Please.
do here. Maybe tell them about the website or
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna do
Patreon.
that. I'm gonna do
You can say
that.
anything.
I'm gonna do
You can
that
tell
an
people
hour
to.
and 10 minutes in.
Have
I'm
you
gonna do
told
it an hour
anyone?
and 10 minutes in.
No one downloads the podcast, Mike. No one downloads. Like not a we get like. There's no downloads. It's like
Well,
it's
I
this
can't imagine
crazy low
why.
number of
We're just
downloads. Do you even Have you even liked your
Please.
own podcast, Mike? It's insanity
I
over
like
here.
it all the time. I like every
On
episode
your
and every
podcast app of
short.
choice.
Yeah, you can go to Apple or iTunes or Spotify or Instagram or YouTube or Patreon or theeconomyofnothing.com or Reddit or
Not on Reddit.
Twitter or
What are
TikTok.
no, I did. I was like, I think I have like one more thing. All right, I have like two. I just have a couple quick hits, Mike, that we won't talk about. Maybe they'll be shorts. Fresh off of giving Donald Trump a new Air Force One, Qatar has an island in Fortnite now.
Of course they do.
I read that, which I think is fun. I saw Mike. Yeah, this is like our Instagram bit, but I don't know. The people doing the thing with the ear, but playing it backwards is back. What the fuck? What the fuck, Mike? What the fuck is going on? What's going on here, Mike?
Playing with the ear?
The thing where someone like someone would like push a Q-tip up towards your ear, and then your ear would snap forward, and the Q-tip. But it was like someone just playing the flip backwards. If you saw the clip, you'd know what I meant. But I didn't save the clip. You've never seen this. It was when I was on Instagram like 10 years ago. People used to do it. It was like a thing on an ear. No, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No.
No. Well, we'll cut that part out. I
He's
thought
into
people
that
should
weird
know that.
ear shit.
I thought people should know that the
ear
that the
thing's
Russians
back.
that the Russians are using African slaves to fight their war in the Ukraine. Probably not going to be on any news channel.
I didn't know that.
Soon.
That's definitely some
Yeah.
news. You're not going to hear about that.
Anyway, I got a bunch of stuff. Who cares? What did you say? Like, subscribe, share, review, do whatever you got to do. Did you say
Yep.
that? Did you say, hey, this is an episode where some stuff happened, man? Maybe this is the most exciting thing we've done.
This
Probably
is the most
not.
exciting thing we've done on the economyofnothing.com.
At the economyofnothing.com. All right. So I think next week we're going to get back to the dispatch, and then
So yeah, we're just gonna cut
figure
off
out
the
what's
last like 20 minutes. I remember
the episode's only
108
20 minutes long. We can't cut out. What do you mean?
Doesn't matter.
I
The
don't-
attention spans of people are like 5 minutes these days.
I know no one watches it. It doesn't matter. No one
It
watches.
doesn't
No one downloads. No one cares, Mike. It doesn't. What are we even doing here? I'm going to leave all of this in. This is the show. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I'm going to animate myself having an existential crisis. You fucking idiots. Like the show. Is that an episode?
Yeah.
No.
Not really, but yeah. I think Dom's gonna like it.
I can't dismiss it. Sorry. All right. Yeah, no, I think that's the episode. Honestly, I don't have much else to say, and I'll animate some of
either.
this. And I just don't have anything to say this week. And we did a bunch of. It's fine. I don't have anything else to do. I thought that was funny ending. Wouldn't that be a
I
funny
thought it was
ending?
good. I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
As
stop
long as you
recording.
do like close up shots of your face, like losing your mind. I think that'd be like a short of at the end
Yeah,
of just
that's
like the
what we're
captain being
working
like,
on,
unless you know what to fucking watch. Nobody's fucking watching. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
In the distant future, out in space we roam, with nothing much to bother, but we still call it home. Planets full of nothing, and stars that fade away in the economy of nothing. We're here to save the day.
Hey, we're passing through the stars, fighting near and far. Dodging comets, chasing thieves on par. With lasers blazing bright, we're charging in the fight. In the economy of nothing, we'll win with all our might.
Here's Captain Tracy, leader of the crew. In his green space suit, he knows just what to do. And Mr. Green, sharp as he can be, always counting credits in the void economy. And the Space Rangers, tough and brave, flying through the stars, the galaxy they save. Together they'll conquer the emptiness of space. In the economy of nothing, they're winning the race. Hey, we're blasting through the stars, fighting near and far. Dodging comets, chasing thieves on par. With lasers blazing bright, we're charging into the fight. In the economy of nothing, we'll win with all our might. Saving the universe doesn't pay like it used to, but we're keeping it together with nothing to lose to, with no coins to jingle and no goods to trade. We're flying through the stars, no debts to be paid.
Hey, we're passing through